Hi, everybody. Coach Williams here, and it is week 5 on the calendar, but you might be in week 10. It just depends on how often you meet and how much experience your team has going into this process. Some people also meet every day during class, and so they're going to go a little bit faster than those of you who meet once a week after school. It really just depends on how soon your first tournament is, what your pacing will be through the season. So at this point, you should have all developed your ideas for your robot. And that can take a long time to really sketch out and label the different subsystems that you think are going to work together to play this game the best. So we did that last week, or you're just finishing that up. Now you're going to watch the video on choosing the best idea. It's right here. I'm going to go into it in way more detail, how to use something called a decision matrix. And you're going to use criteria to decide which robot your team's going to build. Now, everybody gets very attached to their own robot. So I'll explain in this video that we don't just vote. We take criteria from our define the problem, and we try and see if this is going to be the best one for the game to play. Now, please put in your criteria either time or how complicated the robot is, because if it's going to take a lot of time to build and it's really complicated, just make sure your team has the skill level and ability to build that type of robot. A lot of times people design a robot that's much more complicated than they have the ability to build. So that should have a low score on your decision matrix if it's super complicated, because your team's maybe not going to be able to pull that off. So just kind of gauge the skill level on your team and see if it's something that's reasonable for your team to build. Now, if you're in high school, there is a more complicated decision matrix, and there is a link on your website to do this. Elementary, you're not even going to think about this is complicated enough, and you don't have to have as much criteria as we have listed in the videos. And then here's a slideshow that you can use that will help you go through. Let me move my face real quick. That will help you go through the different steps. So decide on the criteria to use. Again, the ease of building, how complicated is it? That's what I was talking about. So elementary, you might only have a couple of these. And then as you go up in grade levels, your criteria will become more complex. And even the decision matrix might become more complex in that it's weighted categories. So this is what you will do this week is by the end of this decision matrix, you should have a robot choice. The robot that you're going to build for this season, and we're going to build very soon. All right, good luck deciding on the robot you're going to build using a decision matrix, and I will see you next week.